oh my gosh, as I'm saying, I would like to catch one more. So at the end of my last video, I gave you guys the chance to vote on which lure you would like to see me use next in my next one lure challenge. And the lure that beat the rest was the Chatterbait from Z-Man. If you don't know what a Chatterbait is, it's basically just a jig with a blade on the front of it. But it's actually the lure that I've caught my PB on. So instead of boring you with a big long intro, let's get to fishing. Okay, so since this is a Chatterbait only challenge, let's see what we got here. We're gonna grab a black and blue Chatterbait. Yep, we're gonna grab that, and we're gonna grab, we got a white Chatterbait right here. And where is it? There it is. And I just got a brand new one. So let's pop that open. There we go. And we've got bluegill. So we've got, I think, the three main colors pretty much covered right here. And I think we're gonna start with the bluegill today. Let's get a rod out. We're gonna leave that one in here. That's kind of way too big for this pond anyway. I think you guys will notice here in a minute that this is the same pond that we did our last one lure challenge video at. And that was with a Ned rig. So today we're going to try the Chatterbait because that's what you guys voted on Instagram that you wanted to see next. If I could get my fishing line to cooperate with me, that would be great. Does anybody else have just a terrible time trying to tie their first knot of the day? As you can see, first thing in the morning, I'm already struggling. Oh, well, if that first attempt at tying on a Chatterbait is any indication, we should be in for an interesting day today. Because, yeah, that was a complete failure. Alright, let's try this again. Aha, okay. That one went much better. Jesus. It's a rough start already. So, we will see how this goes today. Now we need a trailer on that sucker. Yeah, that'll work. So we're gonna bring a few different trailer options. And if you remember from the last one lure challenge, the only thing I'm allowed to change about the lure is the color and the trailer. It has to be done on a Chatterbait. I'm not quite sure these are the best conditions for a Chatterbait day, but hey, we are going to give it a go. I like that. Okay. Got our extra Chatterbaits and trailers. Let's get one last sip of coffee in. We're gonna leave that right there. I think today we're gonna start down here in this little cove, and we're just gonna work our way around the entire pond with the bluegill colored Chatterbait, with the green pumpkin, or I guess this would be the electric shad color from it's a saucy swimmer from Guggen Squad. So we're gonna start right down in here and see what we can make happen. And hopefully we'll have a good day like the last video. Brand new out of the package, these lures run so good right away. Oh, that looks great in the water. I love that. Now, I don't think I've actually ever caught a fish on a Chatterbait in this pond, so we'll see how this goes. I do like how it's looking in the water though, so that's good. I like Chatterbaits so much because you can really fish them a whole bunch of different ways. You can do what I'm doing now and just kind of a steady, slow retrieve. You can burn them. You can slow roll them off the bottom. You can hop them like a regular jig. You can drag and then stop, drag and then stop. There's a lot of choices with a Chatterbait. But I always like to start off just a nice, slow, steady retrieve. keeping it off the bottom, but not near the surface. And it's really like more of a reaction lure than your regular jig. You know, this ain't something you want to set the hook super, super hard on. You want to just more lean into the fish. And we're just going to start kind of fan casting around. It's super shallow back here, so hopefully something wants the chatterbait today. And it's sort of similar to a buzzbait in that you want to kind of start reeling really quickly because you want that blade to start vibrating as soon as you start reeling in. Oh no, don't tell me I'm hung already. Okay, I think we're getting it back. I hope. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. I think I might have just lost the chatterbait. That quick. Come on, pop off of there. Nope. Dang it. Well, so much for the bluegill chatterbait. This might be a really quick challenge, guys. Dang it. That upsets me to no end. We are gonna go with the black and blue now. Dang it, I can't believe I lost that chatterbait already. I literally just bought that chatterbait yesterday. I had a feeling after that first knot did not go smooth that something was gonna happen. Now, a lot of YouTubers might cut that out, but I'm gonna leave it in because I think it's relatable. I know I'm not the only person who goes out, buys a new lure, and immediately loses it. I think that exact situation has happened to everybody who goes fishing at least once in their life. Oh, that doesn't make it any less irritating. I about threw that out there with no trailer on it. Hopefully this video does not result in me going and buying new chatterbaits in order to complete the video. Note to self, don't cast in the middle right there or the chatterbait. Thank you, self. Good to know. Will not be doing that again. We're gonna stick to the sides over there. All right. All right, let's try this again. One of these days, I'm going to beg the owners of this place to let me put a kayak in here just to retrieve some of the lures that people lose, because, including myself, because this is a really, really nice pond and I don't want to contribute to potentially ruining it. So again, note to self, do not fish this over there by that stick in the water, because it's a bigger stick than what it looks like. Gosh, man, I can't believe I did that already. Brand new, out of the package, lasted about, I don't know, 5 casts. All right, let's move on down the way a little bit. Oh, looks like they cut another little cove right there. That's good to know. They cut another little access section into the water. Let's cast down this bank a little bit and see if we can snag one off this bank. Let's try this way. All right, we're gonna cast and walk because it is still pretty early. There was a cold front that came through yesterday and the day before, so these fish may be a little wonky today too. Oh, I'm still upset about that chatterbait. I'm gonna have to go buy a new one later today. I was so confident in that bluegill pattern for this pond, but yeah, it is what it is. Another thing you can do with these chatterbaits is kind of, as you're reeling them in, you can just kind of pop your rod a little bit, and it kind of makes the chatterbait kind of jerk back and forth. So just another way you can fish these things. Now the good thing about, especially the Z-Man original brand of chatterbaits, is they all basically run perfect without doing anything to them. Like, this is not a lure you got to do a whole lot of tuning or fiddling with. Like, you know, I don't know how much anybody uses buzz baits, but when you buy new buzz bait, depending on the brand, you might have to really mess with that wire to get it to run properly. But with these, since it's just such a simple design, it's just a jig head, a skirt, and a little hexagon blade. It's very, this is another one of those lures that's very user friendly. You can cast it out and just kind of chuck and wind if you want. You definitely get more reactions off of like messing with it, but again, I like to start with just slow, steady retrieves. And if nothing bites on that, then we start changing it up. Also, another thing I might try later if I'm really not getting bit is throwing like a small crawfish on the back of the chatterbait, just to kind of give it a different look. And again, you can work these just like a regular jig if you want. You can hop it off the bottom and it still gives off that real nice vibration and flash. This is one of those lures, there's really no wrong way to fish it, unless you're just kind of always chucking and completely burning it off the, right under the surface or something. And I think the bass here are done spawning, so I think they're also moving out a bit deeper. So maybe we'll let this sucker sink a second and then start retrieving, which isn't best practice with a chatterbait, I don't think, but we're just gonna try stuff. Just turn these brakes down a little bit. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this in the beginning of the video, but I'm only giving myself an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to see how many fish we can catch on the chatterbaits. So this won't be as long of a video as the Ned Rig challenge, I don't think. So if that one was a little long for you guys, this one might be a little easier for you to stick with. I'm really interested to see what happens when we start getting towards some juicier banks with more wood and more grass. But I'm also kind of scared of getting near wood and grass with this thing. A chatterbait is really not your best friend when it comes to like logs and wood and laydowns and stuff. It will get snagged, as you saw earlier, because the chatterbait does have that exposed hook on it. It's just one of those lures, you're gonna lose chatterbaits. Luckily though, you could find them pretty cheap. The one I just lost earlier, I found that one for, I think it was $4.99 or $5.99. Do I like having to replace lures? No, but that is kind of a reality of fishing. You know, at some point you're gonna lose lures, you're gonna break rods, your reels are gonna explode while you're trying to reel in a fish. Like, it's just, equipment fails, gear breaks down, lures get snagged. It's just one of those things you kind of have to deal with if you do a lot of fishing. Let's chuck this sucker down that bank. I know we can't see it very well from this angle, but this is not the easiest pond to get good angles down the bank at, so whenever we can, we are going to do that. Leave a comment down below and let me know, guys, if you think that we're gonna catch anything at all off this black and blue chatterbait out here in this basically crystal clear water. That was not the original plan. I brought the black and blue just as kind of a backup color option, but the universe had other plans for my lure count today. They decided I did not need that chatterbait anymore. And so we listened and left that little area because I didn't want to lose another chatterbait. Let's chuck it down this bank that way this time. Like I said, I haven't even seen any fish near the bank yet today. Normally, by now I've seen at least one or two. So that leads me to think that we are now in the post spawn at this pond. I know you guys down south have probably been post spawn for close to a month or two now, but I'm in Ohio, which is the Midwest, not the East Coast. No matter what other Midwesterners may say, we are not an East Coast state. We do not touch the coast, therefore we're not East Coast. But anyway, our spawn can start as early as March or as late as the beginning of June up here. It just kind of depends on the weather that year. And this year it's been all over the place. So I'm pretty sure the spawn just recently ended, which is unfortunate because it means these fish are probably going to be a little less active for the next week or two as they're kind of recovering. But right after that, they should be wanting to feed up. Oh, I just had a bite. No way. Oh, that sucks. I seen him. He was right on the little bit of the edge right here and just kind of nibbled. We're going to see if we can get him to go for it a second time because he didn't touch the hook. Ah, dang it. All right, we're going to stay right here for a minute or two at least. Let's move over to this side so I get a little better angle on this corner here. Yeah, there we go. I like that. I like that cast. I like that cast a lot. If that little dude wouldn't have hit it so close to the bank, I could have gotten a little hook set in, but I mean, he hit it right as I was trying to bring it out of the water, and I think he just nibbled on the tail a little bit. But that's good to know. They will at least bite at the black and blue in here. I was really skeptical at first. That gave me a little bit more confidence. All the other fishing YouTubers are like, confidence is key when you're fishing. Confidence is key. But I think it's true because whenever I've been real confident I'm gonna get a bite on a lure, no matter how long it takes me, eventually I get that bite. And I was just kind of slow rolling it when I got that one little nibble, so that's what we're gonna do again. We're gonna kind of fan cast right here for a minute, because this little stretch out here in the middle, I'm pretty sure is like the deepest part of the entire pond. If they are going out deep, this is the area where they're gonna go. At least I would assume. All right, let's cast it down the bank a couple of times right here. So we're going to fan cast here a little bit. And if you guys don't know what fan casting is, if you're newer to fishing, it's basically you just pick different little lanes, sort of like a fan shape. I probably explained that horribly, but hey, we're gonna go with it. You know, with summer creeping up, we are gonna have to start trying to fish out deeper at a lot of these places because it's gonna get hot. I think they said something about this is gonna be the hottest summer on record. Granted, they say that every year, so I mean, we'll see what happens, but with the way the past couple years are going, I wouldn't be shocked. Because I know last summer here in Ohio was super hot. Average temperature was in the hundreds most of the summer last year. We're gonna try letting this sucker sink all the way to the bottom. Dang. Actually really deep right there. Now I'm just gonna slow roll this thing along the bottom, trying to hit rocks on my way up and hoping I don't hit wood. Because we saw how well that worked last time I ran the chatterbait into a piece of wood. It didn't result at all, really. It resulted in me losing the damn lure. Okay. Let's keep it moving. We're gonna cast and walk. Another bluegill following it. Bluegill will try to eat bigger lures than you would think. Oh, come on, get off of there. Come on. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Ow, don't hook myself. There we go. Okay, we're all right. Let's do another cast down this bank. And we'll do a cast down this bank. I don't know if that was a bite. I don't know if my chatterbait hit something. That felt weird. Usually I could tell if it was like a rock or a stick or a bite. That, I don't know, that felt weird. If you guys remember in the last video, I got really lucky and found a whole school of bass like aggressively feeding and was able to catch like 3 or 4 right back to back on an Ed rig. I'd love to find another school like that and throw one of these chatterbaits in there and see what happens. But that may have been a one-time only thing. I don't know. I'd never seen largemouth do that before. But also that doesn't mean a whole lot because it's not like I've been bass fishing for 30 years or something. I mean, this is probably, I think this is year 4 or 5 that I've actually been like seriously trying to target largemouths. And I gotta say, it's a lot more fun than catfishing, which is what I basically grew up doing when I was a little kid. And nothing wrong with going for catfish. If you guys want to see me fish for catfish, leave a comment down below. Let me know. But I enjoy bass more because I don't get bored as quickly. You know, catfish, it's a whole lot of cast it out, sit and wait. And that can still be fun too, but I prefer to be up, kind of moving around. I like trying different parts of water bodies to try and figure fish out. Something about just letting something sink to the bottom and waiting for hours for that one bite without walking around. I don't know. It's just not super appealing to me. But like I said, if you guys want to see some catfishing content, leave a comment, let me know. And if you want to see it, I'll do it. Oh, hello, Mr. Snake. I don't know if you guys can see him or not, but he is right there where my lure is at. He is right there. Let's see if we can kind of get him to move on. Oh, okay, that made him mad. He's a little water snake, but we'll walk away. We'll leave him alone. I was trying to get him to swim off, but he decided he wants to sunbathe right there. So who am I to come into his area and tell him to move? I'll just move. Cast down these cattail lines again. Oh, I think we got a fish. Or it might have been a snag. I don't know. If it was a fish, he got off. I don't think it was a fish. It might have been, but I don't think it was. I remember the other day, I know this is random, but I saw a video from Fishing with Smalls, and he was saying that he has a real problem when he's bank fishing at a pond, that he always feels like he has to cast along the bank, that it's hard for him to make random casts out in the middle like that. And I agree with him, because the natural instinct, especially when you're bank fishing, is to stick shallow to the bank, because you can see things. You can see cover, you can see vegetation, you can see trees and laydowns in the water. Out in the middle, it's like you're fishing completely blind. You know, there could be nothing right where I casted, or there could be 100-foot tree. I don't know. So shout out Fishing with Smalls, because you're not the only one with that problem, my guy. Okay, we are gonna retie this guy. The line is a little bit frayed from these damn bushes. So the fray starts there. We're gonna cut that. Cut the old knot off. Put the line in my pocket. Don't leave your fishing line places, guys. It is the quickest way for places to put up a no fishing sign, and it is also the quickest way to annoy your fellow anglers. If you're leaving trash and line and lures laying around all over the place when you're done fishing, it makes all of us look like we litter and just don't care. Okay, we're retied. We're gonna slow it down just a little bit. All right, we're gonna try that cast again. There we go. I really wish I still had that bluegill colored chatterbait, because I would just have so much more confidence in it. All right, let's keep moving. This water's a little bit, I don't know, darker it looks like almost. We'll see what we can make happen. Well, I hope you guys weren't expecting another video with 20 fish catches in it just yet, because I don't think that's gonna be the way this one rolls out. At this rate, I will just be happy to catch one and not fail the very second challenge that I ever do on the channel. We're gonna keep moving. So like I said, I'm not super confident in this one, but I am gonna try my dangest to make something happen on this black and blue chatterbait. Oh, okay, phew. That was close, because there's wood right there, and there's a fish. Get up here. Oh, no, 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 no. Haha. It wasn't hooked very well, but we got our first chatterbait fish. Oh, the skunk is avoided. That makes me happy. All right, well, thanks, buddy, for keeping the skunk away from me. Healthy little fish. I like it. All right, buddy. You ready to go home? Bye. All right. We have kept the skunk at bay, and it only took an hour and 4 minutes to do it. Oh, and he even left my paddle tail like completely intact. What a gentleman. What a gentleman of a fish. Leaving me my bait. That was so nice of him. Let's see if we can get one more from over here. But if you saw how I hooked that fish, I didn't set the hook really. I more just leaned into the fish. Even like less of a hook set than you do with a Ned rig. Oh, that felt good to catch that fish. That gives me a little more confidence in the black and blue for sure. Let's see if we can get another fish. Get another fish. Let's see if we can get another fish. Excuse my random singing, everybody. It's a product of my ADHD kicking in. Also, I mean, I'm in a good mood. I was in kind of a crappy mood there for a little while after losing that first chatterbait. Getting bit a couple times and not having anything actually get hooked. But now, we caught that one little fish. I'm feeling a lot better now. I'd like to catch at least one or two more for you guys. How are we doing on our hour-and-a-half time limit here? Okay, we still got some time. We still got some time. There we go, right along that cattail line. We still got about another 20 minutes left in the challenge. And hey, even if we only catch that one, I would rather have one small fish than no fish. I don't know what that was. It wasn't a fish. Where are we at with the time? We've got about 15 minutes or so left in this challenge. So I'm going for an area I know for a fact usually always has fish. Just like the one I just saw feeding right there. We're gonna see if we can coax one or two off of these little dead Christmas trees in the water. I mean, they're probably not Christmas trees. They're probably actually like just bits of pine tree that these guys have thrown in here. Whew, it's getting a little warm, or either that or it's just a little warm for the hoodie I'm wearing. All right, let's keep it moving. We are running low on time. We are running low on GoPro battery. So let's see what we can make happen over here in this shady area. I'm gonna try and get over towards this island before not only the GoPro dies, but time expires. Because I want to cast around this island as the last spot for this challenge. Go over here, because I'm curious. I've caught many a fish off this bridge too, both on the far side with no cover and on this side with lots of cover. So let's see what we can do from the bridge. We got about 5 minutes, 5% battery left. I'd really, really like to catch one more right here at the end. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, right at the end as I'm saying I would like to catch one more. What happens? One more bites and he was, again, barely hooked. It fell right out with 5 minutes and 5% left on the GoPro. Get another little picture. All right. Since we're on the bridge, little buddy, thanks for playing. You swam off that way. Just fine. Awesome. I can't, but the timing of that was so perfect. I could not have timed that any better if I tried. And again, he left me my bait. I cannot believe the timing of that. That was too perfect. Oh, I'm just glad I was able to catch one more for you guys to see. More than anything. Because, you know, especially with the last video, 20 freaking fish. I couldn't give you guys a video with no fish caught. That is time up. That is time up. Challenge completed on the black and blue chatterbait. All right, we are back in the car. Barely, but we completed that challenge. I still can't believe the timing of that last fish catch. That was freaking awesome. So leave a comment down below and let me know what you would like to see me use next in the next one lure challenge video, as well as other types of content you guys would like to see in the future. But until next video, everybody, be safe, be kind, and take it easy. I'm out.